Debiopharm is a pharmaceutical development company or group with development at the heart of our activity. And we're very interested in the digital revolution in a number of ways. One is to be able to field digital tools to help us in our clinical trials, which is the core activity of the group. But the other is also how the digital tools are going to be used in the patient journey in the future. Because we're aware that when the products that we're developing now are on the market in 5 to 10 years' time, that the patient journey will involve also a lot of digital monitoring, intervention and communication. And so we're looking at this in two different ways. One is internally, what tools can we field for either for our clinical trials or for our molecules that are on the market. And then we're looking a bit further down the road with an innovation fund. We have a strategic innovation fund. We're investing in digital to see, for example, what digital therapeutics will look like so that we can complement the chemical interventions with digital interventions in the future. So Debiopharm, like most companies, started as an entrepreneurial small enterprise. Our founder, Dr. Roland-Yves Mauvernet, founded the group about 40 years ago as a retirement project in a garage, I believe, in Martigny with a couple other people. And we've grown to become a globally active company with 450 staff. Because of our highly outsourced model, we have the equivalent activity of a mid-sized farm of perhaps 4,000 staff. So I think there's a couple lessons there. One is persistence. You can get from a very small beginning to quite a big, solid result. And the other is partnering, because typically entrepreneurs don't have the capital to deploy globally, certainly not a sales force globally, so they can learn from our example perhaps where we work with commercializing partners. So we develop our drugs and then out-license them to companies that have large-scale sales forces. So I think those are two ways to go, but one shouldn't forget the direct customer interaction or patient interaction in our case. And it's very useful to at least have some of that perhaps in your local territory so that you can learn those lessons firsthand. I'm becoming a bit of an old timer in the Tech Tour events. Each time I'm pleasantly surprised how well it's organized. This particular event, well, it's home territory for us because we're based in Lausanne, so that makes it easy. There's no flights and overnights and stuff like that. But there's a nice blend of entrepreneurs and innovators that I find always stimulating. So we can get to see old friends on the entrepreneur side as well, but on the investor side, we can see new entrepreneurs with new technologies, which from an investment point of view, of course, is interesting. I think there's one simple answer and one complex answer. The simple answer is conservatism. In the healthcare industry, we're rightly conservative because if we innovate too quickly, we implement things too quickly, we risk the lives of ourselves, our family, our friends, our children, our parents. So I think the conservatism is well placed. On the other hand, there's clearly a big need to improve efficiency in healthcare, and innovation is one of the answers to that. And the complex answer is there's a lot of moving parts. It's a very complex system. We have payers, we have providers, we have patients, and we have innovators. And trying to get everything to play nicely and create innovation where there's a value to the payers, to the providers, and to the patients is a slightly complex recipe. And then on top of that, you layer a regulatory environment that's a little complex. That makes it take some time.